Hey everybody, Amanda here. Okay, this topic is about fear of rejection. And it's something that I have always dealt with, and I still do today. And so I guess I just want to give examples and just talk about my experience. So I don't know, maybe somebody can relate to it and they won't feel alone in their situation. So, let's take school, for example. I don't mean college, but high school or whatever. I hung out with the popular girls, and I was never popular, but I hung out with them, which is kind of funny. But let me tell you, they are not nice people. But anyway, I thought that these people were my friends back then. They weren't, but I was a teenager. What the heck did I know? And, I didn't know it, but eventually over time, I realized that these people that I was hanging out with were actually going around and spreading lies about me. Like, I'm a slut. I am oh, guess what? I was pregnant 6 times in high school, and I was there for 4 years. I've never been pregnant other than with my son, and I was never pregnant in high school. So that kind of stuff, just petty high school BS. But after a while, I realized that, they're not nice people. They really weren't and aren't. And if they ever see this video, they know exactly who I'm talking about. But I don't care if they see this video. It's true and whatever. Anyway, but they made up so many lies. So many. And I didn't even know it until people would come up to me and be like, do you know what so-and-so said about you? Just all kinds of stuff. Which is not true. But instead of people saying, you know what, you're just saying stuff, I have no proof of that, so you can say whatever, but until there's proof, I don't want to hear it. No, everyone fed into it. So eventually what happened is I'd walk through school, okay, and everyone would stare at me, or people would laugh at me and point, or whatever, and that was really hard because I didn't have anyone in that school who would back me up or show me support or whatever. Even there was this one girl, we became friends in kindergarten, and up until 9th grade, we were really good friends. And then 9th grade came and all she cared about was boys. And she started talking about me too. So I confronted her, and she really didn't deny it. She didn't really say much of anything. But, I could tell just by the look on her face and her behavior where she never called me anymore. We never hung out. She was always with guys, that she wasn't my friend anymore. So I felt rejected in that sense because we were best friends for a long time. And that relationship was a hard one not to have anymore because we were friends for so long. And, okay, next is my family. My father died before I was born. My mother was still pregnant with me. And his family hates my mother. They absolutely hate her. And they do not want anything to do with me or her. They deny my existence pretty much. So rejection right there. My mom's side of the family. After I was sexually abused by my uncle and my mother told the family, my uncle said to my mom over the phone I don't believe you. I don't believe her and what she's saying. She lied about it in the past and she's lying now. And he hung up on my mom. And that is not true. I would never lie about being abused in any way. Anyway, I would never do that. So I was rejected in that sense. And you know what? My family doesn't talk to me. They don't talk to me anymore. They have nothing to do with me and my mom. And that hurts because both sides of my family want nothing to do with me. And I didn't even do anything. I was a victim. And my existence is not my fault. I didn't go, hey, man, hey, lady over here, why don't you go and get pregnant and have me? Like, it's just ridiculous, you know? But it hurts because I was rejected in school. I was rejected by my friends. I have been rejected by my family. And now that I'm an adult and I've tried so hard to make friends with people, like in college, you know, I tried to make contacts and network, and you know what? It never worked for me. There was this one girl, I had a class with her, and they were doing some sort of, I don't know, something where like they had stuff on a table and you could buy it and it went towards whatever. And I don't know what it was for exactly. I don't remember, but I saw her behind and I was like, oh, hi, you know, I like what you're doing here. That's very nice. And she was looking at me like, yeah. Like, that's how she was talking to me. I had never done anything to her. I was just saying hello and that this is a nice thing that you're doing. That is all I said to her. And she just looked at me like I was a pile of shit. That's pretty much the look she gave me. And she like rolled her eyes at me. And, you know, I'll be honest, my emotions got the best of me when she did that. I said she was a dumb bitch. And I don't regret it at all. But rejection, again. And lately, I've been feeling that from my mother. I'm not going to go into details about that, but I feel rejected by her too. Like, she doesn't care. I don't get the sense that she cares about me. She kind of just cares about herself. Give you an example. So, my mother has issues with her toe and, you know, all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to get into it, but she's not really supposed to drive, but if she has to, she can. And I had fallen and I was in a lot of pain and I had done so much that day for her and my son. And I was so much in pain, and I asked her if she could do this one thing. It required her to drive, but it was a 5-minute drive. So 10 minutes out of her life to do something for me, even though I do a lot for her. And she started like, oh, I'm in so much pain. Oh, it's throat. Like, she just kept going on and on about how she couldn't do it because she was in pain. And I'm like, okay, fine, I'll do it. So I did it, even though I was in extreme pain. And I pretty much cried all the way there because it hurt so much. Yet, she drove, and she's there now, she drove an hour and a half away to be a supportive friend because her friend had knee surgery yesterday. And even though she was in pain and all that stuff, she went there. But she wouldn't take 5 minutes out of her life to help me. Rejection. That's how I perceive it, is rejection. So, I have had a lot of rejection in my life. Those are just a few examples. And what comes to my mind about that, what I'm thinking in my head, is that I am not worthy of being cared about. I am not worthy of having friends. I am not worthy of having a family or being part of a family. And I am not worthy of anyone loving me ever. That's what goes on in my head. And that's where the DBT skills come in, like challenging those thoughts. But I do try to do that. Is this thought based in reality, blah, 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 all that stuff. And you know what? In my opinion, it is based in reality. I'm sure, well, I'm not sure, but people may disagree with me, like doctors or whatever. But that's how I feel. That's what I think. And frankly, it just makes me want to cry. I don't feel that anyone cares about me. No one. Not in the way that I need. Not in the way that I want. And I have expressed these things like to my mother or to my son or whoever. And you know what? It doesn't work. The more I try, the more rejection I get. So, if you have a fear of rejection, you're not alone. I definitely have that. And I'm going to go now because talking about this, I feel like crying now and I don't want to cry. I want to, do something fun or something. So I'm going to go and thank you for watching. I love you guys. Take care. Bye.